The early Christians were the first socialists, and I've got the verses you can use to explain it to your friends. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. So there's this quote, from each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. It sounds a whole lot like the early Christian church, actually a lot like a verse from the Bible, but it's Karl Marx. And I know that he's normally thought of as a communist, and that's true, but this is sort of this origination of this idea of wealth distribution, and there are other people that were involved in it, but this quote, man, it sounds like the book of Acts. All right, Acts 4:32, it says, no one claimed private ownership of their possessions, but everything they had was held in common. Everything they had was held in common. That sounds very socialist, but in practice, it was even more social. Here's the one that totally sounds like Karl Marx. It's just a couple of verses later, in verses 34 and 35 of that same chapter. It says, everyone who owned land would go and sell it and lay the proceeds at the apostles' feet, who would distribute it to those according to their needs, from each according to their ability, to each according to their need. And what it says is that in the early Christian church, there weren't people in need. Everyone had their needs met because everyone was sharing all the resources. That's the beauty of socialism. So what happened? Why are there needy people in churches? Well, because Christianity lost something. They lost socialism. And instead of remaining a socialist community, they caved to capitalism, and we all know what happens when that happens. There are the haves and the have-nots. There are the rich and the poor, and the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and that happens in churches now. And let's be clear, for a long time. Like, that's been happening. It's not a new thing, but it's really interesting that at the very beginning, the people who were like closest to the actual teachings of Jesus thought that what they needed in that community was socialism, not capitalism. Also, who knows exactly what's happening to TikTok, but I'm Skeptic Pastor everywhere. The one that starts with a Y, the one that starts with an I. Please follow me in those places, because I'm going to keep posting there.